coming back to Cowfish Koi. Oops, my knee's gone. Well, started to be pond. I'm loving that lily. I have put some stuff in there to get rid of the algae and the sludge stuff. That's the UVA working. I'm trying to get a bulb for the Malgan I had off Dave a few years back. Cracking thing it is. But the bulbs at the time was about 60 odd quid for the bulb, and I was like, pfft. So I bought just a small, sorry about the camera work, it's getting here. I think it was 60 odd quid I think for the bulb, and I just couldn't afford it at the time, so I bought a cheap Japanese one to put inside the filter, and that has been working, to be honest. But I think it's only something like 11 watt, and that was in all last year, so maybe that's on its way out. It's still on, and I've been trying to find another bulb now to replace it. They're all showing the bulbs, and nobody tells you the length of the bulb, apart from the ones that do. The bulb's way too long, so I'm struggling to get a bulb for that. I have got my inline one. Oh, it's packed away now. You've seen me with that inline. Is it inline one? Where the water goes through the UV and then back in. Well, they all do, don't they? Cabbage. But I don't want to risk that, because back in the day, if you remember when I had that, it was new. Changed the bulb 9 times. And I lost a lot of fish. That's been quite a few years back. Anyway. Last video, I changed the filter around. Believe it or not, Phil from Albury, the one mentioned in the video, happened to phone me, and I said I'd check the video to see if I'd actually showed you how to fit that in, and he's phoned me to ask how he does that, so we'll be able to watch that when it comes out Tuesday. What it look like now, I've just removed the lid. To shell fill out. I've set it up. What's the difference now? I've got it running the right way round. You can actually see the bottom, and it's only been a week. The fish I'm looking a lot better. I was concerned because a lot of them have got sores, and that's the last thing that I wanted. They ain't a lot of feed at all. Oh, I'm trying to get the share stone. Oh no, that looks like they've pulled the pipe out the bottom, look. Oh, I don't know where that's gone now. So I don't know what's inside there. Never ending, is it? I want to stop recording and find out what's going on with that pipe down there. That don't look good at all. It's a fish because the water's flowing okay. Let's get on with it. I ain't sure whether I've caught that and knocked it in the water. That's the piece of pipe. If you remember, that piece of pipe went onto that clear bottle with the holes in. I can't remember if I actually took that out and pushed the bottle into the hole. But anyway, it's still in there. It's working. Or whether I just took that off and it's dropped back in the tank. You see it's got a nice flow in the water, so, and the fitting is still in there. Bit of crap floating around the water, I don't know why. I'll get a little net and get all that out. Quite a bit floating. Anyway, I'm just going to do a water change on anyway now. It's been a few days since I've done it. Let's lift the net up. Mason's babbies off Dave. I'm growing absolutely lovely jubbly. You see some bigger ones in there as well. I'm growing lovely. You see, he did promise he'd put a few of the dark ones in as well. There's quite a few of them in. He did say he got some more, but we just had a chance to meet up. He started a new job, as far as I'm aware. There's quite a few big ones up. They're not fast, can't get them on camera. The line coming up, coming on, lovely. I'm just going to give these a water change anyway. Clean the sponges off them filters. I've had to turn the heating up. I'm going to turn that back down now. I'm reading 23. But we're supposed to be having this heat wave again. And I was struggling with that because it's going up to 26. Mason's tank is 20 watt. No, 20.1 I should say. I've got my salt reader there. I'm going to do a water change. I'm just going to get my net and get some of that floating crap off the top of that water. I don't like that. And I'll clean these filters as well. Oosh! I've had to flick the camera back on. I've just got the first 3 sponges out the filter. Now you've seen me show you these before, and the blue ones do catch thick, heavy crap. But look at the difference now. I've changed, put the UV on and changed it so there's 2 water feeds in. Absolutely baked in it, full of it. Just to show that I hadn't got it set up right. I think I've said earlier on in the video that I spoke to Phil from Albury because we set him one of these up. He hadn't got the UV to give with it, but I think I've already spoke about that, so I'm going to give into it again. Can't believe how much crap's come out of that. But it's surprising, ain't it, how you everything's turned around. Not so much on that one. Look, the finer one. I've also had the turn the UV on this as well. Again, not so much. Not so much on that one, which I ain't too bothered about because the others have been working absolute treat. Yeah, I turned the UV on just to see if it didn't make any difference. Whether that's helped clean the water up or what, I don't know. What I'm showing you the filter for. Wash these out, get them back in and get the water running back through. Well, everything's all been cleaned. I'm just leaning over now having a look at them. This is the day after. And I've noticed, I've said this before, a couple of sores. Dave reckons that's that one there looks bad on his side. It's obviously because this sleeping sickness and the amount of salt. It's a shock to the system. Even though he's sealed on the side of his end as well. He just said keep the salt up and you'll find it'll clear up. Take about 4 weeks. This is just the start of the 3rd week. And the more swimming around, lovely jubbly. But I have, me and the missus have noticed there's been the odd one jumping. We've not seen them, we've just heard it. As you can see them all swimming around, none of them's clammed up, none of them's on the bottom sulking. Where's that one gone now? That one looks proper bad. My thinking was today was to try and net them and just spray some of that antibacterial spray that I was using on Dotty, just to give him that little helping hand. Now the water's clean, I can see each individual fish and try and net them and spray them. And that big sankey on his side there, look. Becco's just gone round there now, he's got to be on his side. They ain't nothing massive, just a bit of soreness. think I might just keep an eye on them for the rest of this week. Back over there, it looks really sore down the one side, but I've got the salt into 0.6. Just keep an eye, make sure that there has been others that have had the soreness, and the soreness is gone. The big one that Mason picked, Big Sankey, that one's clear now. He's looking good. You can see the side of that pick there. Look at that one again. Looking at him there, they don't look as bad as what I thought they was. Now the water's cleared up, you can see him a lot more. Almost looks more like a friction bear, like when you fall over and rub your skin. So I'm going to give him another day or two and keep my eye on him, see what happens. More than disturb them anymore. Them after food, they've only been fed twice a day. I think I've said that time and time again. Apart from the odd time when I'll throw them a bit of mealworm in or Cheerios. Nothing too much to say about the fry. Unusual really, you know, we have a few fatalities, but we had a couple when I first put them in. Since then, I lost a single fish. The bigger fish seem to hide. Seem down there, might be on that filter or underneath the heater. The little ones just don't care, look them up. Get a bit of feed down there. I've got a bit of feed. This is my own feed, this is. It's just what I've crushed down. Straight on it. Give it a couple of days and I'll give him a clean again up and see a bit of waste building up down the bottom there. The main pond's still green. I have ordered another UV. I've got to try and contact Cotswold Car, see if I can get one of them amalgam bulbs. Good day, that bulb lasted about 10 years, but saying that now, they don't make things like they used to, and they're making them so they don't last. So you've got to keep buying them to replace them. I've done time and time again with the NT Labs test kit. I've done tests, numerous tests with them. 2 years out of date, 4 years out of date. Similar result. And just look at these fish again. Big Sankey, he's got a sore on his side. I'll get the net in now and start scaping after them, might cause them more damage. You see how filter's running absolutely beautiful now. I can't believe how clear it is. Just to show you though it, and you know, set your filter systems up right. $2 in the morning. We've had a power cut. I've just got to come up, check the pumps running. Yeah, thankfully that's fine. That one's running okay. I'll check the heater. Make sure it's reset on full. And cook the fish with the Babish fry. That's on through. I'm looking alright. Now there's on the water pump. That's running okay. Cream crackers. Things you do for your fish. The dog's out. Here it is, look. Don't leave me alone here though. Good girl. I'll catch her in the morning. What a night I had. Oh God. Thankfully everything was alright. These are looking a little bit worse for wear. Them doing with a dose of aquaflavin tomorrow. Using that on salt. The Friday I'm looking as lovely as jubbly. Just getting him some Daphne this morning. Just left him a good week so as the Daphne can reproduce. I've got a problem when I'm filming. I've done the video last night as I'm doing there, looking at the camera, filming it, and then when I turn the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at, it's flipping the video upside down, and it's so hard to keep cutting it and changing a piece of it, playing that, cutting it, changing it. I ain't got a clue what's going on. Really, I ain't got a clue what's going on. So I'll just try and tell this door up me so they'll keep shut it. Temperatures are up again, as you can tell by the old current board. I'm going to have to try and get a net. I think I said that earlier on. That's starting to wither down. I have put the feed now onto 4 feeds. You only see me by the gate, looks after some. I've changed that over now to 4 feeds. I think that was feeding twice a night. I've got the timers the wrong way around, I think. Still waiting for the UV to come for this. Awful. Now we're trying to film the other side of the pool because you can't see none of them. Just get a little bit of food out and throw some in for them. Other than that, everything's as normal. When I've got something to show you, I'll bring you back. Originally, through health issues, you know, I really like to maneuver to drain the water. That's going to take me a little bit too long, so what I'm going to do is, I had this out of Lidl's into the Parkside logo, other shops available. Cracking bit of kit that. That is what I use to empty Mason's pond, so the water goes straight down the drain, not all over the garden. It floods the garden out. But I do use some of it to water the garden. It's so quick, and it'll be quicker for me just to fill that up than it will trying to get all the other set up. Just dip that in the water. As soon as that's full, switch it off. For a car filming, do it at the same time. So I'm going to drop the sump in, fill this tank up, and then I'll try and get the fish out. And this water then can go back into the tank. So that's what I'm going to attempt now. In a matter of seconds, it's almost full. Okay, so I've got all of them in the tank all one. I've just checked in. It was one of Mason's fry out of the house. He's clean, so I'll put him back in. Give it a quick closer look. See this one here is really bad. I want to get the bad ones out and treat them. The good ones I'm going to keep. I'm going to do a scrape. I'm going to do it as quick as I can because they're down the oxygen in that water. Okay, so I've treated most of them. I'm all in there soaking. Treated them, sprayed the stuff on them, cleaned them and sprayed them. Got the slides out ready for the scrape. I've got 3 fish in here now, I'm going to try and scrape. Got my slides ready. Then I've checked them 3 fish, they're okay. If you remember, that's the one that Mason picked, and he was really poorly in the big pond. He's cleaned up lovely. It's mainly the black and white fish that they've got sores on them, infections. So do a scrape, see if I can find anything on the scrape. I'll get these 3 back in the pond. It makes you realise when you're getting older and you've got health issues, you'll be doing this really. But I've got the fish now, I've got no option. I've got slime off one fish, I couldn't get none off none of them. I've got it off one. A good bit of slime as well off the one. I'll put a bit of treatment on him and I've put him back in, so I'm all back in there now. I'm absolutely knackered. So much harder on your own. I'm going to go over now and check that scrape. God, yeah. Oh, the temperature's gone off my tank outside. I'm in the filtered house here. The sun's burning my legs. What's the matter with these lately? But they're as good as they used to be. Keep taking the batteries out, putting the batteries back in. So we'll mess with this and I'll come back to you. 20 past 11. Keep faffing with the batteries now, they won't stay on. Saying 20.7 already. So as you can see, I've got a decent bit of slime on there. Take that now and wash it off anyway. Again, I can't find nothing at all. Nothing at all. Maybe it's just the irritation because they've got a strong dosage of salt in. Oh yeah, I'm going to put that water back in. The colour of it. I'm happy that I've took them out now though and treated them all just to help the wounds heal up. All on the bottom soaking. Better put the other filter back in. Give them a day or two and see how they go with that. So we've got salt in there. Also I'm treating with aquaflavin. And you can't try be doing that now, where to that tank's gone in this one. But what can you do when you've got no room? I was going to set that back up, like the one that Dave bought. Just having room to put stuff. That water's going to have to go down the drain because it's salt water, so I thought I'd put that back in. I was going to put it in my water butt. But it's got salt in it, so I'll cover that, so that's got to go down the drain. And then I'll just get my hose out now and give these a bit of a top up. Leave them for an hour. We'll have a cup of tea. Thankfully I found nothing anyway, so hopefully it is just the sleeping sickness like Dave said that's kicked in. Which I believe in 100%. It's just when they seem to be getting worse, so just a little bit of treatment on them ain't going to hurt nothing. We'll just see anyway. Just letting the hose pipe run off. Empty that really, it's quite warm actually, the water. And this lot's getting on my tits. There's my pipes that I used to dry my tanks, and I've got to keep fighting trying to get them out of all this here. And you've got to try and squeeze under this frigging bit there. And of course the other one, there's another one right in front of the door there, and one in front of the door the other side of the lane too. Absolute back breaking ball ache. 7 months now. Just really, no wonder why the council have got no money. Ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to turn this tap off now and top the fish up and then drain that dirty water out down into the drain while I'm at it. Get yourselves down to your local little Other shops are available. Get yourself one of them for £3. You can lock it on. You adjust the powder you spray with that, full and off. Ideal for your plants, and I'm using it for my tank, so £2.99, cracking bit of kit. Just said these are made for your gardening. They ain't for your gardening. See if I can do a demo while I'm holding the phone. Don't know whether I'll be able to do it. And click it on. Get just your power. When you're doing like your trees like I've got here, or if you've got your smaller flowers, you can turn it down. That one there. Here is your things really. This is one I like for my plants. You can turn it down like that, look, when you've got smaller flowers, so you're flattening them. Most of them are on full like that. You've got a lot more control over your water than your fine spray. The usual thing. Triggers on. Turn it off. As our Scrag would say, job's a fish. Watch how quick that empties. Oh, it's giving on. Shift it out a little bit. Almost every drop. Turn top of the mains. Well, should turn itself off. There you go. Today I've been used very often. I get a bit cruddy in there. My excuse anyway. But what a cracking bit of kit. I think it was about £25, something like that. And so I use that for Mason's pool. Run the water straight down the drain. Yeah, brilliant. Today's the day I should be using a dose of aquaflavin, obviously because I put that treatment on the fish. I don't want to put that in. The salt in, I'm topping it up now, you probably hear it. And I don't want the aquaflavin and the treatment that I sprayed on. It is bacteria on this time as well. Bacteria and ulcers, so someone looking worse than others. So I'm glad I've done that. I'm glad I've treated them now. That settles. I don't know whether you remember a few weeks back, the guy named me and the bloke who got Mason into football originally. Cracking guy. Silverdale Football Club. I believe he's the chairman there. Good friends. I went and treated one of his fish. I thought I was supposed to go to Barcelona, but I do. I treated him, I showed him what to do, explained to him what to do. Got him to put a piece of board over his pool. It's in the middle of his garden. Full sun. All round the day. I spoke to his son last week or the weekend. We had Mason had a tournament in Silverdale. I spoke to his son. I said because he was busy, they do the marshalling on the scores and all that, so they get time to speak to him. I spoke to his son. I asked how his fish was doing. He says great. So the same stuff as what I put on these as well, and that's what I used. Remember back. That's what I used on Dotty. Dotty's looking a little bit sore, not too bad. Hopefully he'll pull through because he's been through a lot. Dot. Let's see what happens. Oh, how do? Another inspection. Them all up off the bottom. That's always a good sign. All swimming about lovely. Don't expect much change today, obviously. Swimming about, that's the main thing. So I change the feed two times a day. I did have a fatality last night. Come back from football with Mason, but the temperature yesterday was 27 degrees. See the difference we can get it from 27 to 23. I've turned the heater down. It should keep it at a steady 25, but 27 because of the heat outside. Kept the one door shut. You can see that I'm fishing now with a slight pattern coming in. Well, you can catch the big ones down the bottom here. Them coming on the trees. So much I've been and fetched, I've been waiting for ages to get. Battery over, wet and dry. So me keep setting this big one up just for Mason's fry, just a little bit of a brainwave, which I wet and dry over. I took the bag out. Oh, you can't see too much now. There's a bit of a build-up of food that was left over down the bottom here. Maybe because the door should have car seat as well. But my theory is just round the bottom off. You've got two settings on this. You've got high and low, so I'm going to put it on low so as not to suck any fish up. Clean the filters out. I'll use a bucket of water for that, then top these up with a bit of fresh water. I'm really happy the way these are. Considering they're an auto feeder, quite happy to feed them the way I am, so lovely jubbly. What I said in previous, I'm struggling to get a amalgam bulb to fit the fitting that I've got. They're all over 14 inches long and I need one 13, 14 inches. I've had a company message me, but they're like a light bulb company, and it's a light bulb, not a UV bulb. So I bought another Japanese 22 watt UV, which I've got in, and I've left the other one in. The light's still on. Now I'll buy some, through the bags away now, I've showed them before. The 6 pouches, one's for sludge, one's for the green water, and I put them in. Normally 3 of them does the pond. I've had to put 12 in 2 packets. I've already cleaned the green filter out the other day, and I cleaned the Nexus out yesterday, and look at that. The only problem I have when the water goes like this is a few years back I had a few fish and I had all that disease, if you remember. If you've been following me for a long time, I ended up losing gold in the end because you can't tell if there's anything wrong with the fish because you can't see them. I'm absolutely annihilating that. I've got to try and do something. I was on about the missus this morning getting a big plant pot. That's how they call get to it. I don't think I'm going to be able to manage to do it with the net. No, I did think about getting one of them nets Dave's used in his fry and putting the plant in the net itself into the bag. But them smashing it now, and I don't want to kill that off because Dave's had that for years. Yep, that's coming on a treat now. The holes of the filled in. That's come up into flower now. It's lovely. You can see that was just a bag of roots. Could do with bigger pots really to put them in. That one's starting to grow over the wall. Oh, just see one fish just going down there to hide under the lilies now. That's where they have them all underneath there. I'm seeing the big ones when I get a little bit of a feed, but not the little ones. I don't know what I've said. I've changed that over to 4 feeds a day during the day now, and that is giving off. I've been keeping an eye on it. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and sort these fry out. Sweating my titties off already. Rather than bring the hose pipe in and run the water through there at cold temperature, because the way the temperatures are swinging, I have put some water in the vat already, filled the Hoover tub up. I'm just going to let that warm up a little bit, just leave it in there for a couple of hours, and then I'll tip it in there to try and get the temperature a little bit warmer, I suppose. It's warm out the hose pipe, but I don't want to get him out the hose pipe, so rather than drag the hose pipe all up here, I'll fill that up. Brass monkeys and all that. I've just walked over there to clean that out, and I've just seen a tail just disappear down there. I'm sure it's a rat. I caught one the other day in my trap. Bloody things, I got poisoned down. All busted lilies up all behind the... Chewed that out, I don't know by the looks of it. It's out of that there. I'm trying to find a space now where I can put a tub, get that lily out and put it in a tub until I get some sort of a net. I think I'm thinking of one of them what Dave's had, what he's using for his fry, and putting it in the net so that the fish can't actually get to it. It's just getting time to go and fetch one. Ooh, the things we do, and the other thing is his space. Still got this sodding scaffolding up. Still I repaired the roof. And because the scaffolding's still up, I've got stuff all over the place that it should be stored away up the corner, but the scaffold's been moved to put the scaffolding there. So my back garden is still all upside down. It's just a never-ending nightmare. Just trying to think and look for a space where I can put a container to keep the lily in to get some chance. Then when I get a net, then I'll put it straight back in the pool. Just can't find anything anywhere. Anyway, I'll crack on, see if I can find somewhere to put it. These are the only two containers really that I can use. I don't think that one's deep enough. Tell by that one's a lot deeper. I don't really want to use this one, but I ain't got much options. You can see that I have a lot left of it now. That was going lovely as well. So my thinking is now move that plant, put the blue tub on the wall there, I can bucket some water in it, and then just lift it straight out of there, straight into the blue tub. Then when I get the net, it's easy just for me to transfer it from there to there, rather than put it somewhere around the garden. Look how the weeds have come through it's an artificial plant, look, and the weeds have come through it. I put seeds all over there, just throw them on the garden, they come through, nothing. I put them somewhere else as well, and down by me little greenhouse there, I threw some there in the dirt, and none of them come through. Right, I'll get over there now and make a space for this tub. Just put my hand in to get that lily out. You can actually see that, fetch blood. Good job I got the plant out really. I bet Dave will know about this when we got it out. Right in the middle of the lily. It's a dead stick off summit. Look at the size of the thorns on that. The size of them, straight through my finger. All I've done is grab the plant and pulled it out. Just hope that I've done no damage on any of the fish. Just got a bucket of water here now just to clean my little jet wash out there. Swirl the clean water through it. Through about the camera work. I've got it out. You can see how much they've chewed up. I have put the feed on, I've said it before, I put the feed on 4 times a day to try and feed them up so as they are eating. I could put it on more, but it's just the cost of food. And I ain't bothered about the growth of mine, I've had these in years. It is nice to see them grow, but I think more in a natural way. Burning that, isn't it? Anyway, I've got the lily over there. Just put the feeder back. I might leave them in so they can just have a munch on them. Oh, Dave said they'd annihilate it. Probably because I pulled the lily out now, just the bits and floating all over the place, but I'll leave them in, they can eat it. It looks like I've just seen that go down here, it comes back up, look. They're even chewing on that. I just shook that, it's gone under. I'll grab that with the net now and put it back in its pot. Really could have done with building that over there really, but I'm going to alter it now. Oh, 66 Sunset Strip. I think that's what it used to be. Oh, sorry about the old current bone. Yeah, I'll just leave them bits there for them to chew on. Start clean my gun out. put that away and then get some of this crap out the water. Oh, I don't know if anybody's noticed my mistake. Been sitting racking my brain why my water's gone like this. The UVA as strong as what it was, it's on 24 hours a day, 22 watt, Japanese one. Been on all last year and I never turned it off. I put another one on, I'm like, every year I seem to have this problem. I've gone back to my old way and put in my house piping. So I reckon because the water had gone through the filter system, whatever it is that the algae grows on, it's thrived on its age, tap water. And our tap water tastes awful. We've started having bottled water. We've even got a filter for the, oh, sun again, filter for the, before we boil it in the kettle. You get a big slime around the top of your cup, and everything. I'll get that where you live, but we do. Anyway, chatting bubbles, catch you in a bit. Oh, I'm back. Swearing my titties off, sorry about the current bone. I can't turn it off on a quarter. Just rig the pipe up. Just flushing them 3 filters through. And obviously the pipe, it normally drains back. I disconnect it. And I've got that running now. Then I connect it back up to the main pool and leave it running to top up. Mouth's as dry as a nun's chuff. Well, I cleaned that green filter out. I was walking over there, got my brush to clean all the spider webs that keep hanging in my face, and I seen something disappear down behind that little dog there, with my frigging rat's tail. I did catch one last week or the week before, and I've got some bags in the filter house to keep. Well, I put a solid cube, but I have had some bags. I don't want to leave the bags, but I had no option, so I put the bags in. Look at him there coming up for food. Look, I left all these bits on here. He's starting to clear up a little bit now because you can start to see the fish. Yeah, back to the rats. The dog always goes round that side of the pool there with Mason's poolies, and he always goes behind that Christmas tree there. He gets covered in crap when he comes back out, and I tried to stop him from going behind there. That's obviously the reason why, because he knows them there. I don't think they've nested under there. But I'll go bend down under there and have a look at that now anyway. I've just noticed one of them's up for sale, 50 quid. And I'm like, I wish I'd got somewhere to keep it, because, you know, I've repaired that. You can see the grey repair there. And inside there's loads of repairs. You can see bits of that material coming off as a jet washing. It's only a battery jet wash. Anyway, I've got no further with the water. Still green. It is starting to lighten up slightly. You can't tell on camera. Lily's in that there. We've gone in there now for a bit, see if I can get that to pick up again. The leaves are already starting to stand up above the tank. Could do with a bigger tank really like there, but just having room for everything. So I've had to leave that there. Snowy. Right, girl. Don't leave me alone here though. Nearly fell down the step. Filled that up, might say used it. I'm going to water the garden with that later. Once the sun's gone down, I have put a bit of water in my head, but ready for my flowers. Look how bad that's gone now with a bit of sunshine. I can't even see if there's anything in any of them. Oh, I can see some in there. You can see him in there, look, with the camera. Just about. Nah, it's too dark, ain't. Oh. Let's have a look at this fry icing all day. Tomorrow's Monday, Mason's back at school. So I'll do the water changes tomorrow on these. That's just food that I've crushed down myself. Oh, sorry about the camera, kid. Struggling with the temperatures on it. 24 degrees at the moment. Into the sun, some of them down the bottom now, look. A lot of dark ones in here, he did say he'd put some in there. I was more interested in the white ones just to see what they produce, because obviously they throw them away. I understand what they mean, it's a waste of electric. You've got your heater in there and everything, you're cleaning all the while, the food And if they don't produce anything, then you've spent all that time and money for nothing. But we'll see how they go anyway. I think it's been 3 days, I think, since I treated these. As soon as they see me, look them after food. You can see small sores on them now, nowhere near as bad. The one that Mason picked, he was quite clean the other day. He's got a slight sore on his side. And then do water change tomorrow, so I might net them up again and spray some of that antibacterial on them again. And you can actually see the sores on him. It's hard to tell because some of them they've got that pattern in the skin and you can't tell it's the orange colour or the sore. I'm looking a level up better now. So that's it for this week. Let's come back next week and see how these are progressing. I've got somebody interested in buying them, like I said. Phil from Albert, like I said before, he's interested in coming over, having one or two. So I'll give him first grab. As soon as I'm clear, I can let them go nowhere until every one of them is spotless. And now I'm looking a lot better now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to polish our phone, you know you want to. Until next time.